flourishing in our colony in Quilming. Hello everyone and welcome back to, a beautiful sight indeed. Just walking around in these fields gives me pleasure and joy, and also watching those dirty airships then up there in the sky. That's a really cool detail. The commute piers are spawning airships that are, transporting the workforce back and forth between the islands, of course. So there's the workers from Manola coming into Quilming that works, or the farmers that are working then on the fields, right, doing our most important jobs and then getting back home again, where there's lots of pleasure waiting for them. Pleasure that we produce in our colonies. And one of them would be the Mezcal, and now also the Jalea that is finally being produced and once the herbs are coming in. Now I think Mezcal is something that we already have then in store, so let's just quickly go for it. So there it is, 100 in stock already. It is time to finally unlock it for my artistas. That's going to make them happy as a morning dew, and also the same thing for my Hacienda Mezcal bar artistas that they can use now. That is very good, all nice and dandy, all nice and working out. How's it looking at my dam? It is still on its way now, stage 2 out of 3, so that is working fine. What is also finished though is in Crown Falls, the Research Institute. Phase 3 of 3 has been finished. Let's get cracking on this, and there it is in all its glory. That is a nice jump, right, from the fields of Quilming to Manola to a Research Institute.
Imagine now how the world shall join hands in research.
And Binyam, of course, is quite happy with that, with the outcome. And yeah, finally we can get rid of the warehouse here that we no longer need. We have the electricity pumping right around the corner. And of course, with that, it's not over yet, because we have now unlocked the scholars, with them some new productions that we can use now. So we can, for example, get going with rum in the old world. But of course, for now, we need to get started getting us the first scholars over. How can we do this? Well, we do need a lot of more elders, and also we need to finish the Rise of the Emperor Kitima's campaign, where we are coming along as well. Let's just get this one into the right order. I think this is it. This is the right one, right, that we have, and then also here a nice little entrance area. But we're going to model this one once we get the first scholars over. So let's move over. And Besa is awaiting. We do need the seafood stew that we've already started to prepare now, and there's also, I think, not that much else. We can actually upgrade more because we do need those elders. So let's get cracking. Those guys here, you do what? Yeah, okay, you do need better access, so we can just pave the road. This should do the job then. There it is, perfect. And also you and you. And I guess here, yeah, we got lots of mud bricks again. And we also have Hugo here in Tabrim, and he would like to do the nasty work. Perfect. That's a lot of them. How many do we have? 1,100. As and Besa and Tabrim are coming along. And what I mean by preparations is, of course, we do have now building materials over in Pleasance 2. And of course, this one is going to be called Markstown. So thank you, Mark, for your support. As always, very happy about that. And let's continue. Very thankful about that, I should say. And we do want... Oh no, actually we don't need any fertility here, right? We do need beach area only. And for that, first of all, let's have a look at the seafood stew. We do need the lobster production here, lobster fishery. And that actually requires us some space here once more at the beach. And I only need that here in Markstown for the moment, right? So this one requires 35 shepherds. And the problem here with that one is that we do not have any population here, and I also cannot get the commute pier over, right? The commute pier, it would be possible at some point, but we are totally out of influence, so I cannot do this for now. And what we're doing then instead is I'm just going to use 2 lobster fisheries, because that's all we need right now, 2 of them, because we only need 2 Watt kitchens. That's 2 seafood stew per minute then. And when I quickly check it out in Tabrim, our whole, I mean, it might actually went up now a bit for the seafood stew. It's 2. Right, so a maximum of 3 is necessary. Let's go with a 3 for now, right? Because I will still need to upgrade some elders, and for that I will then just need, yeah, around 100 shepherds really. And they don't need anything else other than probably some food here or there. I mean, they could use the sun as always. So let's go ahead, have us a smaller town there. something like that. It's just really a fisher town in its most basic form, to be honest, for now, right? And probably never ever going to be anything else. I mean, we do have more indigo here, lobster, of course, and we do have a lot of hibiscus petals there. That might be something that we use then in the future. Let's go ahead, build the marketplace, and then also those guys here, right? So those shepherds here, content shepherds they are. A bit of one timber we still have, and then we can actually just go ahead and build us those. Yeah, let's go with 3 right away, to be honest. And with the remaining ones a timber, we can then just go ahead and get us a few more shepherds out there. Just so that we get all the workforce in. Now this will be quite enough already, as we are coming closer to break even in Markstown. Let's get Tailwind. No, let's actually stick Tailwind to that area for now, because we still have another island, and that is Strath Rancor. A horrible name, so let's go with Besa, once again one of my supporters, thank you. And here I've already prepared my next productions, which would be now the teff farm and the spice farm. Shepherds we have enough, and once again let's actually go with 3. I've prepared with 2, right, but those 2 are not going to work if I want to have a full production. So we're just going to use the remaining fertility then on that side of the river as well for another smaller plantation. So 3 of these, that would be that, and that, plus the warehouse, of course. And then we also need to have 3 spice farms. Luckily, I already have that now prepared over there. And yeah, with all of that, we actually still have enough workforce for at least, I don't know, a toilet cleaner, if we have that, right? So exactly 1 person left over. So these few houses there are now staffing all those farms there in the background. This is how it should be. What a lovely area, really, right? And we can also see nice fortress there in the background. And also Tabrim over there, of course. Just love how far you can see in this game. Now with that, we have all these necessary productions. Let's create a trade route. This trade route, right, is going to be a bit strange. We might actually need 2 trade routes, right? Or we go with that, which is also strange. But I mean, it actually is doing the same thing as 2 trade routes, only that we do need 1 ship only, and the volume will be fine, right? So in where do we have it? In Besa, we do collect now everything that we need. So that's 2 types of herbs that we want, right? Getting this to Tabrim, and then in Markstown we are going to collect the lobsters. There it is already, and we're going to actually put it on this one here. It's never really going to be that much volume, right? And Tailwind is going to do the job. We could also have some airships then doing the job here, but for now 1 cargo ship will do just fine. And let's move this one to Besa over, and then we still have those 2 productions, trade routes from the last episode that are moving to the new wall to keep it clean and orderly. Now, I just realized we do have Dorothy there too, and Dorothy is absolutely not full, right? In Besa, collecting the linseed, she could also just do the teff and the spices here and get it to Tabrim. This will be fine for Dorothy. Yes, let's do it like that. And with that, we can actually completely remodel this very, very complicated one by just deleting Besa again together with Tabrim, and just have really my lobster transportation here now only. And the cool thing is we can then expand it in the future, right? Much better. Now, the only thing we now need is a bit more industry. And in Tabrim, let's have a look where we could have that industry. Over there we have now our linen mills. We still have some room in this area. By the way, I can upgrade now the warehouses too, thanks to having enough mud bricks. There's the city. The city is getting closer then, of course. But for now, I think, yeah, let's go with a bit more industry here. Makes sense that it all comes together then. And then we can use our seafood stew here. So that we need 2 of these now. Or actually I've built 3, right? So we were going with 3 watt kitchens. That means I need 2 teff mills. One of them is not going to be fully utilized just yet, but the other one is. 2 of them, and then we have the seafood or the watt kitchen, right? And it's going to be those 3 that are going to deliver that. And we still have room for more expansion in the future if I want to. And with that, yeah, let's go ahead, build the first 2 and the first 3 kitchens then as well.
Fine aromas, crisp and full.
As this is coming along, let's also just pause the seafood stew, because I will need to deliver it, of course, then over. First, doing the quest, and then we can continue here. Now, there is, yep, the monastery that has been unlocked. I should probably go build it, because it is affecting happiness there. And yeah, it's an easy building, really. It's a service building, and we probably will go with 2, right? So one up here then for later, and one down here for now. And yeah, we can actually do this in that area. Let's do it here, where we already prepared the space for it, because the monastery can have a garden around it, and I think we are going with that right now. It's a beautiful building, no doubt. So we have the entrance area, and then we have the back area that should definitely lead to a garden area. And the cool thing is that we do have fences available with our Enbesen.
The epidemic left buildings abandoned.
That fence. Let's go ahead and have it all around the monastery. There's even some benches on it. There's also some very cool looking flower beds like these, that are also spawning trees. Then a bit of an Enbesen style sand path that you have here in the surrounding, and then perhaps just some grass over here and here. We might actually, give them a tent or something. I know, those shelters look fantastic for it. Having them on those sides there as well, so you can then just walk around it and get to these shelters there, enjoying the view and whatnot. There's even a little path here as well. This is how I like it. Perfect. We can keep it. And with that, we also have now very happy elders that can visit then our monastery right here in the city center. We still have some mud bricks. Let's go ahead and just add some more ornaments then to this area. Might, by the way, also now pave the roads then around the musicians' court. And on that side as well. And while we're at it, let's also add some ornaments like trees and stuff like that to these areas there. Doing this throughout the city. Actually, we do this before Crown Falls, right? But I was just in the mood for it. Plus, it's not a lot. And we do add then those trees, adding to a more diverse looking view of the city. And there's still some more paving that we should do along the main road there, especially. By now, also the first lobsters arrive in Tabram. Do we have everything for that now, or are we still waiting for... we're still waiting then also now for the... No, actually Spices and Teff is in as well. So my mills are working. Beautiful. Getting now over the spiced flour to my Wat kitchen that has the lobsters. And we now start the production of seafood stew. Let's not forget that we also need a warehouse, of course, right next to them. Busy at work to produce 1 ton of seafood stew. And this one we can then use for our main quest, of course.
I hope I can...
And there it's also coming, the seafood stew for Archibald Blake. Official hospitality de cuisine.
It's a real bugger, what with the heat and the terrain, but the idea is we name every landmark we stumble across.
A satisfying conclusion.
How thoughtful. Oh, dearie miss. Spices. No, that won't do. I'd be burning up inside like the 6th circle.
Okay, he doesn't like that too much.
I hear Sir Blake is too poorly to explore the lands he lays claim to.
Let's bring some Besa to him by photographing all the side landmarks that we have, like the lighthouse. If I can do this for some reasons. There you go, in all its glory. Isn't it beautiful? Of the Angerup lighthouse, right over there. So we got the 3 different factions in Besa, right, that we're also trying to unite. But also we have the queen to handle for, just if you're out of the loop here for the whole storyline. There's the next trading post. And the Vahadesha one as well. With that, we have done all the photographs.
I was born here, in less happy times. It was rough sailing. My mother and I took care of each other.
And now we need to photograph steelworks to show them our culture. I don't know if steelworks are the right job for this. We do have a few. But this is how modernity looks like it. There you go. Kitima, you're going to like this.
You call this progress, as though it were one of only two paths to be chosen. He need not know our differences with these lands remain. Unity soon shall mend us.
Very optimistic of you.
Peacefully.
Next quest comes out. Expand the city in line with Kitima's ambitions. Emperor Kitima wishes for Tabarim and its many districts to grow larger still, especially now that it's under the scrutiny of the crown. And so Archibald, we need to maintain 800 elders. We got 1100 and we just need to maintain this one now. There would also be the other choice here to go with unhappiness for my Besan citizens, so they kind of like want to join the crown, but we're not doing that. Let's upgrade a few more because I still need to get a few more for our scholars, of course. For our scholars. And we do have 1,300, and what I don't have yet is seafood stew. We got 30 tons of that. Let's go ahead and unlock it for the people of Tabarim, and this will then further bump up more elders, as we can see now in our statistics. And the seafood stew was enough to unlock 1,500 elders, and with that we should be having now the scholars, or, I mean, we definitely have some new buildings in Besa now. Let's just quickly jump over then to the Crown Falls, and now we just need to get a major discovery. For the first 5 building permits that we have, we do need to donate some items because I don't have research points yet. We will also get it along the quest line, but I want to speed things along a bit. So let's just get rid of stuff that we don't need. We do have the happiness. This is actually a pretty good one. We have the smaller ones here, as we can see. We do get some science points out of that, so especially those maintenance reduction items I really don't need. And with that we get some 300 points. And we can finally start now researching our first campus permit extension. Let's just also assign a few engineers to that to speed things up even further by 10 minutes by using 5,000 engineers. I mean, we do have plenty of them. There you go. Research has started, and with that we can then start our scholar district. Since we are in Crown Falls right now, let's continue with some expansions. We have lots of artisans that I would still like to go along with. Also some workers that we can upgrade, especially here in those districts that are a bit closer. And lots of artisans here. Yep, let's go ahead and put them to engineers. Closer to the World Fair. And then also some more workers. Oh, by the way, there's some artisans in here. Also some more investors wherever we can do it, because that is influence. 38. 78, very good. So there was a lot of that already. And then some more workers here. Closer to the dock area now. Let's also rejoice as the next phase of the dam has been finished. Phase 2 has been completed. Looking majestic now. And I think the water is now starting to be stored slowly but steadily. Still, it's running through, flowing through. And let's have phase 3 of 3. For that, the final phase of construction, we will require masses of concrete and electrical cables to connect the dam to the power supply. The dam's curvature will offset some of the pressure into the rock walls. We do need 1,500 Obera workforce. Lucky us, we do have that. Steel beams, reinforced concrete, and windows. 30 minutes of our time in addition. Let's start with that. And the remaining building materials we'll just get over here quickly with an airship. For Manola itself, our, as we can see, kitchens are working now in Ole Glory. they really just fit into a city, to be honest. So these are not really industrial buildings, right? It's a kitchen where you can eat something, and you can eat here our jalea. We do have 150 of that already in store, so let's also open up jalea for my artistas. Next product fulfilled. A bit of happiness perhaps, but primarily we're going to see an increase in artista population once more. Getting closer to 10,000 now. While we are in Manola, let's continue with a few ornaments here. So let's add some courtyards now to these blocks in the form of springs and wells and fountains. A fountain plaza. Looks nice, especially when we are down there on the streets. Seriously, these people are all celebrating all the time. Right, so every block has these courtyards now, because I think this is just perfect for hot weather like that. You get some trees here and, of course, fresh water. We are using seawater, by the way, because everything else would be too expensive. Also for our hacienda, even though here, as we can see, this one doesn't fit really. But fret not, we have an even bigger version out of the Highlife DLC. That is this one here. It even has the same paving as the hacienda, but no trees. But that is fine. Oh, there's some natural trees in here. Should we get rid of them? They look fantastic. Ah, that's a problem. That's a problem. I think we're going to keep them for now, naturally, as it is. And we have lots of bricks, so let's also pave the roads in our Hacienda Manola. So there you go, and also some trees already along the entrances here, closer than to our artistas in the hacienda. They also have all the things now they want. Perfect. Very important also, what we forgot is that chocolate is flowing, of course, in Crown Falls, and let's unlock chocolate for the investors. And with that, another milestone. All the needs for the investors have been fulfilled. For happiness, we would still have the jewelry that we could provide for a bit of more income, but we are at 300,000 right now. I think that is fine as it is standing. And with that, yeah, the upgrading to skyscrapers would be possible. And with that, once again, Crown Falls could then really change its view once more and adding a new chapter to city building. Stay tuned.